Hello and welcome to TC Toolbox. My name is Glenn Keller, and in this demonstration we are going to break our Teamcenter environment. Now, we've done this in a couple of videos so far. We started with the web tier, broke it, and then went around and looked at the various clients and how they interacted and if something had broke with them, and tracked it all the way down to the log files. We interacted with Deployment Center, Active Workspace, the Rich Client, the Business Modeler IDE, and in this demonstration we're going to pretty much do the same thing, except for we're going to use a different service. In the previous demonstrations, we've focused on services such as the web tier. And in this demonstration, we are going to go back and we're going to work with the next stage of a 4-tier environment. So with the web tier, we saw almost an immediate cancellation of the ability to access Active Workspace. We also saw the ability to lose all connections to CAD systems, 4-tier integrations, etc. However, the 2-tier client was unaffected as it was running and communicating directly to the server. So in this case, we're going to cut off the server manager. Now, the server manager, for those of you that are just kind of getting started with Teamcenter, the server manager works a little bit like a session keeper. So if you have all of your data and resources in your Teamcenter environment here. So if this is Teamcenter, this includes your volumes and your database. So database, volume data, your proxies, etc. So then you also have clients that are interacting with your system. So the clients that are interacting with your system are up here. So these are probably using some type of 4-tier integration, AWC, Active Workspace Client, NX, integration with Teamcenter, Office integration with Teamcenter. Any of those types of apps are going to use 4-tier connections. Now, between the resource tier and the client tier up here, you have what's called the server manager. So this is the server manager. Some will refer to it as the pull server. So it's the pull. And there may be more than one in your production environment. So in here, this is going to contain your tcserver.exes. When a client makes a request, the request is going to go through an additional component, which we had already taken a look at, and that is the web tier. And this component then sends the information to the server manager, which then assigns a TC server process, which then talks back and forth to the database to get things done. So essentially, we're going to be cutting off this component here that the client uses to connect with, and that's going to disrupt any 4-tier connections. It's going to disrupt your indexing server. It's going to disrupt visualization, pretty much any of those components. So if this component goes down, it is not good for your system. All right, so I'm going to just come in here. I can see that Active Workspace is up. If I click through things, it is updating. If I come in here and refresh Deployment Center is up. And if we take a look at our components, the server manager will be one of the components in here. And we can make this just a little bit wider. So we should get a status on it. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Server manager's right there. And then let's go ahead and scroll over. And you can say this is installed and it's 100% complete. We also, just for kicks, have our Business Modeler IDE down here. So let's go ahead and shut off this service and see what happens. So I'm going to say stop. And then the first thing that you're going to see happen is a set of TC server processes are going to die from the system here. So these TC servers, you'll have a bunch when it's up and you'll have some close out when it's down. So this one right here is actually running from my 2-tier rich client, which is running. So the 2-tier rich client runs its own, and therefore isn't supported by the Server Manager. When the Server Manager is on, there are a lot of these in the system. So if I turn it on and give it a couple of seconds, you'll see here in a minute, we'll get some additional TC server processes popping up as long as it starts okay. Now, I do see a couple of these, which are hung TC server processes. So just the act of shutting that down left a couple of these sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and delete those. And you can see more are starting up now. So I did have a hung one. That Server Manager launches a bunch, and I'll probably want to kill the other one because just shutting that off left those hanging. So this is what it looks like when the service is up, and you have a lot of these, and this is completely configurable during the installation on how many of these are running. So if I come down into my configuration down here, you can see that there are a minimum of 7 that are going to be used here. And then at various times of the day, we'll be running 8 warm servers awaiting connections. Now, I can see that this is still working, and that's because I've turned this back on. So let's shut this back off. So turning Server Manager off again. And then once it goes off, you'll see all those TC server processes are dead. So now we've just got the one. So a couple of things. The rich client over here that is sitting, this is still going to be working. And that's because this is a 2-tier rich client. The moment I log out of this, you'll see that other TC server process close. So if I exit it, since it's a 2-tier rich client, close that down, you'll see this one will end up going away. So it's gone now. The other thing that you'll see go away is a Java process called a TCCS, and that's the local client cache. So the 2-tier client was unaffected. If I refresh Deployment Center and I go back into the components, Deployment Center is still working here. It's not really impacted by the Server Manager in any way, shape, or form. If I go to the Server Manager here and I scroll over, it doesn't indicate whether it's up or not. So this isn't going to be good for tracking. If I go to Active Workspace, so if I just jump in here, notice that it's just kind of hung on blue, goes to the login page. If I try admin 01, I should eventually get an error. So it's attempting to communicate to one of those TC servers, and it says failed to get a server assignment. So none of the server managers are online. Now, I think that this message could be a little misleading. If it can't get to the server managers, it also says this error message. So definitely just check the communication line between your clients and the server manager. If you can validate the server manager is up, check your ports, your firewalls, etc. So Active Workspace definitely doesn't work. Any 4-tier clients aren't going to work. Any NX or CAD integrations aren't going to work at this point. However, you can, as an administrator with the server manager down, do different things like command line executions. So if I come into my Teamcenter command prompt and run this as administrator, I can do things like -install AYT, are you there, and check and see if the site is still there. This basically uses my InfoDBA database credentials to check the connection to the database. I can still create sessions, so I can still run something like list users, add an S, and this is still going to try and log into the database and execute a query, but again, it's not using that 4-tier capability. Now, some of the other components in here, if I were to go to the BMIDE, this is a completely standalone element. However, if I were to go in and stand on an item revision, for instance, go to the display rules in the system, add a display rule, and then try and browse the organization, notice that this has a drop down for 2-tier training. So this will work. But if I try and use the 4-tier one, so if I connect with this, I should get an error connecting back to the server because there are no server managers online as it says there. However, if I connect to the 2-tier one, provide my password, and then connect, then at this point, the 2-tier one should connect and I'll see that additional TC server process show up down here. So let's go in. Here's the additional TC server process. This is the 2-tier training connection that it's connected to. So I did lose a little bit of functionality in the BMIDE, but I can still do my work if I'm close enough to the system. So the BMIDE is A-OK. I'm just going to go ahead and close it. Now, other things that are dead in the water are things like your active workspace indexing component. Now, the indexing service is running just fine. This is your solar service. So training 01, and then we'll do 8983 solar. So this is still working. I can log in, solar admin, and then I can see the interface. That's what that service does. But the other component, the global search indexing service, this one may say it's still running, but because that server manager is down, this one is now broken. Now, I know that because we can go into that location, go into apps, Siemens, Teamcenter 2512, TC root, and you'll have to do this on your indexing service or server, but if you go into the TCFTS indexer, the utility that you execute to have it go and execute every so often or reindex the data, and then you go into logs, there is a TCFTS indexer log right here that encapsulates all the logs in the system. If I go into Open with Code and launch this in my system, I should get some error messages way down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just scroll all the way down, and then you'll see I get a whole bunch of warnings and failed to connects that are occurring here. So if I turned on the server manager, these would just connect again as long as it hadn't gotten past the time limit. But your indexer will need to be restarted once you get that server manager back up. Now, other things like your ping page, if I come in here and say 3000 ping, notice because I have authentication turned on, I can't even get to the ping page. But the ping page would basically say everything's all right. It doesn't really out of the box have any indication whether or not your server manager is working. So all in all, if you shut down the server manager, you've pretty much shut down your site. So this is a very essential component to most of the active workspace interface components as well as backend processes. Another thing that this interacts with is the ability to visualize data in older systems. So if you're working not quite at 2512 yet, note that those viz processes also depend on this. So hopefully you've learned a little bit about the server manager in here and what it can affect if you take it down. Note that usually during deployments, outages, for deployments, patches, this component has to be brought down in order to update the database. Now let's go ahead and turn it back on real quick, and we'll just validate that things start back up. So I've turned it back on. I'm going to come back into the task manager, go into details, and I should start seeing those TC server processes pop up one after another. It does take a couple of seconds for this to happen. And I see this one here, and then I'm just waiting for the others. So while I'm waiting for that, yeah, there they go. So they started popping right there. So as soon as one of them's available, we are good to go. So now I'm going to try my ping page again. It's not going to work. I'm going to go ahead and go into Active Workspace, log in as admin01, admin01. And at this point, I should be able to log in. If I go to my ping page here, then I can see my ping does not include any information about the server manager. But everything should be back up. Let's go ahead and take a look at our log. So if I come in here, you can see it was still failing, and then as soon as I turned it back on, it was able to actually do a query. So everything's pretty resilient. If you take it down and it's not down too long, you can stand it back up and those things will take over. However, this is an essential component of the Teamcenter and Active Workspace 4-tier architecture.